prosperity with a purpose. Of course, prosperity is connected with material things, with houses, with furnishings, with labor-saving devices. It is more than materialism because it has a purpose. It has the purpose of better education for the children, better health for the family, better social benefits for those who are sick or out of work or who have retired. And it means even more than that. It means music and drama, pictures and books, and the opportunity to appreciate them. It means recreation and holidays in the countryside and by the sea, and the benefits which we get from them. All this choice. It means a deeper personal security. And it means a wider opportunity in life as a whole. Greater opportunities for children at school, in technical colleges, and in universities. Greater opportunities for family life in the home. Greater opportunities for a fuller life for those who have retired. And greater opportunities for those at work and in recreation.
My children have had a better start in life than I had. My boy's going to West Derby High School, and my other daughter's going to the college, you know. And I think they've got a better chance of life, and I want them to have it, because I never had the chance when I was a little girl.
Quite recently, one of our neighbouring small farmers all these things which weren't available to me when I left school, but we're very pleased to think that as a result of the money the government is putting into agriculture, we are going to see better things for our young people. My son, for instance, when he comes of age, if he takes to farming, he'll have the opportunity perhaps of going to these places and learn.
I do believe that. I believe they'll carry on even more so if they did get in this time.
Well, I agree with the lady who says that we believe in concentrating on education rather than making promises which can't be kept. And my motto has always been to keep education out of politics and politics. Is that our educational achievement and program is by far the biggest and best that this country has ever had, and that our educational building program, 220 million next year, is something which even Mr. Callaghan has said couldn't be improved upon by any responsible government, couldn't be made bigger. Now, the second thing I want to say is that the Labour program involves killing comprehensive principle, where comprehensive schools make sense and where local education authorities want comprehensive schools. But to kill the grammar schools is an educational crime, and we shall fight it to the death. Under my administration, you can be quite certain that I shall be guided only by educational advantage and shall not encourage any kind of political gimmicks intruded in
Ten years ago, 30,000 people went sailing on a Saturday afternoon. Today, it's 250,000. That's just one of the enormous changes in the way people spend their leisure time. I've been particularly glad in recent years to see a really schools and colleges. Capital spending on sports facilities this year at £15.5 million is 5 times greater than it was 4 years ago. But of course, there's still a need for more. We intend now to set up a countryside commission, which will have the responsibility of improving the coast, the countryside, gliding voting. In a free society, people will choose for themselves how they spend their spare time. But we see it as a part of the government's job to ensure that the choice is there. In fact, to expand the opportunities for a full life.
In the growing prosperity of the country. I'd like to explain exactly what this means. Under the Conservatives, there will be a general increase in pensions as the prosperity of the country grows. And when there is a general increase, there will also be an extra increase for the older pensioners, an extra increase over and above the general one. This is because our experience shows that it is the older pensioners who have been drawing a pension for the cost of living. Now, if we had done that over these last few years, the pensioner would be much worse off. The single pensioner is now getting £3.7 and sixpence, but he would only be getting £2.4 and sixpence. And every pensioner knows how much that 23 shillings means. As far as we're concerned, we shall go on increasing the pension as we have been doing in the past. And one thing more. Under the Conservatives, there will be no means test on the pension.
In the first place, of course, we must give them the financial security which will enable them to lead the fullest possible life. And this is why we've been so anxious to go on raising the pension. We've raised it 5 times, and we want to go on raising it further still. At the same time, people want to lead their own lives. They want to lead an independent life. They want to lead the fullest life possible in their own home. And that's why we've gone on building more small homes for older people, small flats. That is why we've gone ahead with enlarging the home health service and the health service for old people. And, of course, there are more old people's homes. In the Conservative Party, we want prosperity to mean that everybody's got an opportunity to lead the fullest possible life.
Well, I always prefer to vote for the Conservatives for the simple reason that the country is more it's evidenced in the rate of wages at the present time, the increases in various old people's pensions and that sort of thing. So that with the state of the country at the present time, it can't go much better. And I can't see the Labour Party getting anywhere near it.
We believe in giving the greatest benefit for the greatest need. And when we come to the next general increase in pension,
on continuous improvement. Not only continuous, but certain improvement. Since 1951, basic pension rates have gone up 5 times, and supplemental pension rates 8 times. The overall expenditure under Conservative government has gone up from 250 million to 1,001 million, 4 times. That is the measure of the
the pensions. You see, in these bottom class, we have no stairs to climb, and that makes it much better, better in every way. And then, as you see, the kitchen's so convenient, and the bedroom, and everything's so convenient for us, I say.
Nothing in life is more important than our home. Under the Conservative government, more houses are to have the practical policies to produce the houses. Since we have been in power, nearly 4 million houses have been built. But there is still a housing problem. Some families still need houses, particularly some of the young married couples. Why should this be so? Well, the population is increasing. People are earning more. People are marrying younger and having families earlier. And people are going on living. Young people are enjoying the amenities of modern houses or modernized houses. We are determined that our programs will produce the same amenities for those who still need houses. And I'd just like to say a thing to those of you who have got mortgages at the moment. The Labour Party has got into a pretty muddle about mortgage rates. But one thing has emerged quite clearly. It is that if you've got a mortgage at the moment, you won't get any help from the Labour Party. In fact, you will find that you'll be paying taxes in order to subsidise those who take
We came here to Reading just over a year ago, and we like Reading very much, and we certainly think there's many more opportunities for children than when I was young. Also for I believe that they're very good.
I moved into my house 4 or 5 months ago. Very pleased with it. It's something we've always wanted. I'm a local builder and roofing contractor, and the thing that worries me, should the Labour Party get in, will they nationalise or in any way restrict the building industry so that it may harm the small man?
Well, we like the house very much. This one is a lot easier to keep clean. This house on a small mortgage, and my husband's in a good job, and we find it quite easy to manage.
We've been down in Reading here for the last 5 years. I'm working for one of the big 5 banks, and I can see from both the point of view of my own and those of the community's finances that the country is certainly doing well.
It's not just those few who are living in better houses. Nearly 1 family in 3 in the whole country is now living in a house recognized with Tory governments. We're building this year 370,000 houses, next year 400,000. A few years at this speed will end the shortage. There are slums and worn out and ill-equipped houses. But consider the pace at which we're changing all that. In 1951, when we came to power, only half our stock of houses were modern or modernized. Now, today, by 1973, 9/10 of what will by then be a much larger stock of housing still will be modern or modernized. The Labour Party are not saying they would go faster. They propose not a single extra house. Not a single extra house. They copied their target from us. 400,000 houses a year, which we shall reach next year. In fact, of course, this sale, they'd have to put the lawyers in and go for wholesale compulsory purchase. Their land commission would slow down the vital supply of land. I've been Minister of Housing for 2 years, and I know that what matters above all is the number of houses built. At best, Labour's schemes would put our present record pace of building at risk. Not a single working to complete the decent housing of the country.